Yo, I'm Jason X, and I'm here to say, gonna talk Street Fighter in a major way. Lalo's here too. Hey, how you been? Coming straight for you like how you can. That's the plan. That's my man. Boom. All right, listen, everyone on YouTube. It's May.
Yeah.
You just hit the month of May of recording this.
Spring.
And you know what that means?
Street Fighter.
It means late Valentine's Day video.
Absolutely. That's what that means. May, late Valentine's Day. Duh.
When you have two individuals like yourself and I that love that love the concept of love, and you love Street Fighter, what you do is you put those ingredients in a blender. You add some yogurt.
Yep.
You add some milk. Maybe a little bit of ice.
Just a tiny bit of like a random candy. Any candy. I recommend the Nerds gummy. Make it very rough on your razor in the Margaritaville blender.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you get? A tier list video.
A tier, obviously.
And that's why we're here. I'm your boy, Jason X, joined with Lalo. We're making another tier list video.
The Loch Ness is back, baby.
The Loch Ness man is here. And the spin on this tier list video is Street Fighter characters, how they would do in a relationship, a healthy, loving relationship. I'm gonna lay some ground rules.
Okay.
The ground rules being, if they're already in a relationship, I don't know if that gives them, in every case, just like instant high tier. By the way, here are the tiers. We got put a ring on it for top tier. Boyfriend, girlfriend material.
Yep, pretty high.
Just friends, acquaintances, and restraining order.
Yeah, you already probably have some people in mind. I definitely do.
So, if they're already in a relationship, I think there's still some room for conversation in that. I'm not doing Terry and Mai again. Strictly Street Fighter characters.
Okay.
These are all playable Street Fighter characters. If it was every Street Fighter character ever made, way too many.
Yeah.
So just playable ones, and how they would do in a relationship. And we're gonna start off with Jamie.
Can I add one extra rule?
Oh,
we
sure.
have to do a pro to every person. Like what could potentially be a benefit to David?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy to go on the cons. I want you to imagine a pro for some of these monsters.
Yes. I want to get all that info on the table. I mean, like, gush about the character as much as you want. I felt like I was a bit more strict in our last tier list. So I want this to be a lot more fun. Just like, even if you just want to gush about a character for whatever, as long as it supports your argument, then more fuel for your fire.
All right.
So we're starting with Jamie. He's kind of
a pretty boy.
Yeah, he's a new pretty boy. I think people got their eyes on Jamie.
He looks kind of charismatic. I can see him being popular.
He likes to have a good time.
You know, it's weird just because I'm an adult man. He gives me like little brother vibes, but you know, I'm not the audience, you know? Like, let's put someone else in his age bracket. Let's put Ibuki out there. Do you think Ibuki would look at Jamie and go like, that's a good guy?
I think so.
I think so.
I think when his hair is out, I mean, it doesn't only enhance his power.
It enhances the sex appeal.
Yes.
Yeah, it does, you know, that's true.
So, maybe boyfriend material?
Definitely boyfriend. I think because he's so young looking, I can't say married. So, all right, we're going to put this 19-year-old and 19-year-old and boyfriend,
like, I think he doesn't have enough experience to be like, put a ring on it.
Yeah.
He's still working up the Riz game.
For sure.
So...
But he's not like too devoted to like, I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad fighter or nothing, but he's not at the levels of like, say, Ryu. Like, he'll make time to do other things.
He could definitely get to marital status eventually.
Yeah.
He's just not there yet.
Yeah.
Lucia got a pretty good job. Do you find that attractive?
Absolutely. Plus, she's got a really fun personality.
Yeah, she's got a lot of energy. She kind of doesn't have a lot in the bank,
Yeah.
She struggles financially.
And if you're that kind of person that cares about that thing, I mean, then more part to you. But I don't care. I don't really look at what's in your wallet. I look at what you do and how you do it and your personality's like. And I think she's got all that in spades. I think she's up there with Jamie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe she's too aloof. Maybe that's what prevents her from going and put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if she would get... I could see myself being in a relationship with her for a very long time.
Absolutely. And you know what? Like, even though the ramen thing could be fun for a while, like trying new ramens, it would be kind of... I can't cook. If she can't cook, it's going to be...
That's game over.
And we both don't make a lot of money. That's going to be a little rough.
That's a lot of ramen.
That's a lot of ramen. Favorite ramen, Jason? Shoot that up.
Oh. I like the one with the shrimps in it.
Maruchan?
Yeah.
Shrimps? Okay.
I thought that's what you were asking.
Yeah, I'm not like ramen in general. Like, I like shin cups.
Okay.
What do you think Lucia's eating?
Probably like yakisoba.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
Classy.
Classy. All right, Lucia. Boyfriend, girlfriend material.
Solid. Ooh. This is a solid massive man. He's kind of handy with what he does. He works on cars.
Does he actually know how to work on a car?
He owns a auto body shop.
Oh,
he's a businessman. He's got that going for him. I don't see him having any friends, let alone a relationship.
I mean, let's try the pros first.
Okay.
I mean, he acts like a car, you know, so if you're dating him, you don't really need a car anymore. He'll probably put you on his shoulder and make the noises and everything and take you where you need to go.
Yeah.
You'll never have a hard time finding him in a crowd.
You know, he's Canadian. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
He speaks English, but he speaks what appears to me to be broken English as his first language.
See, when you told me he spoke English, that was actually a surprise to me. I really can't understand the man.
It's probably a surprise to a lot of people.
I can't even remember a single thing the man said in the... What was like a big catchphrase for him?
He talks like a caveman. So think Flintstones. But
they were pretty... They had a good...
They were kind of articulate.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know.
Flintstones is kind of a tier above
Abigail.
I wouldn't touch this guy with a
restraining order. Absolutely, get him away from me.
Yeah.
You know, I tried, but like the more I think about it, I would just be really afraid of him.
I don't think it's a face even a mother could love.
No potato for him. He's not strong like potato.
We'll get to that reference later.
Yup.
With his cousin or whatever. Dalzim.
Dalzim. Okay, so I feel like Dalzim is on the outside kind of a scary looking man, but
he is in a relationship.
Also incredibly wise.
Yeah.
Very considerate. And I think overall cares for the well-being of the world and is often giving advice to other people. I feel like to have that in your corner in a relationship, like, I know it's gonna sound weird, but I'd actually put a ring on Dalzim.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I think I would too. I mean, Dalzim's got the kind of heart where he wouldn't even like litter if no one was around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has integrity. And just talking about his wife again, whenever you see his wife, I don't know what her name is, but you could see it in her face. That man is providing.
Yeah, he's also a stretchy character, so she's probably happy.
He's probably doing that one trip from the car with the groceries into the house.
Yeah. I like to imagine that he always comes in, you know, that like spinning thing he does in the air when he's coming down for a down kick. I imagine when he comes back with the groceries, he's going through the window like that.
Oh, dude, your guy.
Zangief.
We're already at Geef.
This is gonna break my heart, but I don't think Geef got game, dude. I think Geef is that guy that you want to be. But I think if you're trying to date him, you would end up in the friend zone. I think I would put Geef in the friend zone just from the relationships I see. Like, I think Armika might have feelings for Geef, and he's just like, muscles!
Yeah, the work kind of comes first.
Yeah.
He's always traveling. Well, a lot of these guys are, to be honest, but
self-absorbed.
I feel like when you're famous like this, I think we'll see this with a couple of the Street Fighter characters. When you're kind of famous, it's kind of hard to balance a relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's waiting to be an old lover once retirement hits.
The reason I'm going for just friends is because I think about Marissa a lot. Because Marissa was trying to put a ring on that guy. He was just like, oh, the geef, and like walked off. I mean, listen, argue with me if you feel the need to, but that's where I put him. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's really well-meaning and could be the best friend you've ever had.
Yes.
And I think
I want to be his friend.
And if you do want to date him, I think that's just a really big wall. I don't think it's impossible. I think he has the ability to go up on this list, but he's not approachable like Dalzim in that manner, I think.
Do you remember his interaction with Julia from Tekken in that trailer?
Yeah, it's just spitting up.
He's like all flustered.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he's got to work on his game.
Yeah. Love him, though.
Oh, I love him to death.
I love you.
He's like my best friend. That's why he's in the friend category. Junie.
Yeah, Cammy's girlfriend. I mean, maybe, right? Dude, there's just so much. There's so little there to work with.
Yeah, I think all we have to work off of is that she turns out to be a pretty decent individual once she's saved.
Yeah.
I don't know, friend or girlfriend? We don't really, like you said, there's not a lot to go off of. But Cammy keeps her around, you know?
Cammy keeps her around. Let's take Cammy out of it. I think just off of what I know, even if it is a good person, just because I got nothing to go off, I would say she'd be my acquaintance. I don't know her like Eve. I don't know her like Dalzim. Because they've been around a lot longer. Even someone like Abigail kind of has a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'd be friends with him, but I got something to go off of.
From what I can remember, Junie is just nice girl.
Yeah. I think she'd be an acquaintance, but if you want to put her anywhere else, I'm not going to argue with you.
I might just meet you in the middle with just friends.
Okay.
Otherwise, Cammy would make it official that they're dating.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay too. I like that little development.
Dude, I think there's a lot to talk about with Ibuki.
Yeah.
I, without bias, because I love Ibuki, she's my kind of girl. She wants to date really bad, and I think she's kind of inexperienced, so maybe just girlfriend.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's awesome. She's like I want to say high school. I don't know if she's in high school no more, but she's like got the spunkiness of a high school girl, that energeticness. She's like a woman first, and then like a really skilled assassin second, right? And I think that's what makes her really accessible that way for dating, you know, like, because again, like, Keith kind of puts his profession first. I don't think Ibuki would ever do that to you. I think if you were dating, she would put dating first.
Do you think she'd kind of be a lousy girlfriend?
No, I just think she'd be a unique girlfriend.
Like, you think she'd be good at it? Like, she'd take care of you?
Yeah, I think she'd be your kooky ninja girlfriend, you know? I'd watch that anime.
Yeah. I think it takes a certain kind of person to match that energy. So I guess that's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Not everyone would be in that. Like just because a girl likes you, I don't think that necessarily means you have to like them back.
Right.
So, but you still think like girlfriend material?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I think
she's a romantic. That's part of her character.
Yeah.
So
you know what's funny though? I think it's because I think a maturity plays a big part in to put a ring on it. I think she's like got the potential to definitely go there, but you know, she doesn't have the nurturing nature that a Dalzim has.
That's really well put.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much like convolutedness around Guile.
Yeah.
Because I feel like depending on what you're looking at in the timeline, things are going good for this man, and then they're looking kind of rough, and then they look better.
Yeah.
I think but maybe that's a key point. Maybe the fact that he's so dedicated to his family, being a family man that he is, it speaks that he's putting in that effort. Like, he would do that for you.
For sure.
You're part of this man's family. Yeah, you know, he was kind of blindsided by some personal goals, but he's only human.
Yeah, I think he's probably the most realistic depiction of a person with a relationship, but who also has a profession.
In Street Fighter?
In Street Fighter.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, like, he's a soldier. He cares about the well-being of the world, but, you know, he's also got personal motivations when it comes to, like, Harley and stuff. He has put his family on the back burner, but I also feel like a big reason he's out there in the first place for the family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put a ring on that.
I put a ring on that. He's a
I put a ring on America's finger.
Heck yeah. I love that. It was a good line. So this baby, this wonderful little baby, she's I mean, you know, younger me would be like, yeah, let's go on a date. She's fun. She's got the spunkiness and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girlfriend, boyfriend material, I think.
She likes photography. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. She can make tornadoes. Yeah, it's T-Hawk. I can get down with that.
Oh, I thought you meant like the food.
Tornadoes?
Yes.
What food is a tornado?
Isn't that what they call the things you get at gas stations? You know, like in the hot dog rollers and stuff.
Oh, I think that, I don't know. Maybe I just call them rollers. I mean, they could be called tornadoes. I
think
don't know.
They're called in some gas stations. They're tornadoes. You know, I was debating on just friends, but no, she's got a pure heart.
Yeah.
I think she would do good in a relationship.
Yeah.
So she could, you know.
Ken, put a ring on that, man. That guy he's Mr. Riz in Street Fighter. I hate using that word, but it's so appropriate here.
The OG Riz.
The OG Riz.
The OG Rizzler.
Eliza, right? That's her name?
Yes.
Gosh, I love the alpha entrance where she's just like there. He's going, smiling. I love all that stuff. I think a big part of Ken's character is his wife. You know?
Yeah, and I think even though Guile has a daughter, but we actually see Ken start a family, and there's something really cool about that. I mean, some people, that's not their goal, like family, you know. For me, it really resonates. So just seeing that was a big motivation for Ken, is to start a family.
It made him stronger.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Family does a lot for him. And, you know, even though you might say things are kind of in a rough patch in more recent developments, I mean, the man was falsely framed and is going through some stuff.
Completely forgot about that. Yeah, they never really... What's up with that? What's going on with that?
You know, for anyone, and man, you're a real one if you've seen my first tier list. Our first tier list, it was kind of rough. We were learning a lot.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the same level of Street Fighter 6 knowledge at that time than I do now. So I kind of look forward to digging into that a bit more because I'm a little better educated now.
Nice.
So yeah, Ken was pretty much falsely accused and then proven innocent. So he's in the clear, but the public have a bad perspective of him. So he's kind of dealing with that. But I mean, it's not like he truly did something wrong. He's still fighting for his family. So yeah, this is another family man that puts him top tier.
Top tier. I love Ken. Love Ken. Super cool character.
Do you love this next character as much? I feel like you probably have a similar love for...
I think the only way you can get into Fong is the way What's-Her-Face did. You can be infatuated with what he do.
Aki?
Yeah, but overall, he's just bird poison, man. He's like Skeletor as a Street Fighter character. He's just a villain. Like a wacky little mustache twirling villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't even imagine how you would even start that. The only person who could potentially date this man is Aki. That's because Aki is so balls to the wall crazy.
Yeah, I learned that too. It's the exposure to toxins and poisons that drives her mad. And I don't think she can even help herself what is going through that brain of hers. So you would need to be
crazy.
You would need to be under a lot of drugs to like
really look at Fun and go like,
this character.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't think he's healthy for you.
No.
So I wouldn't even want to be his acquaintance.
God, yeah, get out of here. Dudley. So
whoa,
I love Dudley. All right, so I think Dudley's got like a suaveness to him, but I've never thought of him in this light. So he's a gentleman. If I'm going off Street Fighter X Tekken, I don't think he's bad around the ladies. He seemed to be okay around Elena.
No, he's a confident guy.
Yeah,
he's not. I don't think he's looking for a relationship, but if he was in one, I could see him striving in that.
Yeah. So I would put him in boyfriend tier.
Really?
I don't have anything negative to say about it. I mean, if you're fighting him, he might be a little mean to you. Maybe he'll call you gutter trash, but that's a fight, you know?
If he had a wife, I mean, don't you think he would rock that?
Absolutely.
So I almost want to say put a ring on it.
Can you put a ring on it through that glove? Can you though?
I physically can't, but spiritually, I think Dudley would take care of you.
All right, man. I'm not gonna argue with you. I love Dudley. Put him up there. I'd marry that man. Look at him.
I don't think the man has very many flaws.
I love that Dalzim is heading this like they look like they're doing like a Gap modeling thing right now.
The way.
I love it. It's so good. Yun's a catch, dude.
He's the face of boyfriend.
Yeah, he's such a cool cat. I think nerdiness happening right now. I've always shipped him and Ibuki in my head.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just because they're like younger gen, and I feel like she's exactly what she's looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing gameplay wise that leads to any of that. Maybe a win quote that I don't know
But I
about.
could see it.
I could see it. So I think he's just the coolest guy. I mean, I don't know how he would do, but I think that's perfect for a boyfriend.
Yeah. No, I think you're right on the ball.
Yeah.
What about Guy? I don't know about Guy. I think he's like a little too serious.
He's a little too serious and he's a little stupid. Like I love Guy as a character,
yes.
Okay? But when it comes with Rose, the way he handles all of it, even though he clearly has feelings, it never comes off like romantic in a good way. It always comes off like gosh, I don't even want to say Batman and Catwoman, because like even Batman had like some like romance to play off there.
Well, I'm gonna say that kind of makes that relationship not obvious, because I don't think Guy communicates that clearly, like you said. So would he even just be like a good friend? I think he's a good friend.
I think he's a good
Think
friend.
about the whole Cody thing.
Cody. And gosh, you know what? I really hope Street Fighter 6 will eventually touch on Guy being like the new sensei. I would love if he's like teaching Maki and Kimberly, and I'm not saying like that in a dating way, but like just to see some chemistry with him with females. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
thinking
friends. Yeah.
Just friends.
Yeah.
He's a really good friend.
Yeah.
Even if you are like behind bars, I think this guy will try to set you straight.
Yeah.
So
Good guy. Soda.
dude,
I mean, okay.
isn't he picking up like getting a girl at a convention vibes to you?
Yeah.
But is that really appropriate?
No.
How often does that happen? Like in a good way?
Not very often. Listen, as a person who used to go to these conventions, there's a lot of predators. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if Soda was just like breathing heavy around like certain models, like he's waiting in line. He's like, "Can you please sign like Katana from Kikiyoki?" Like whatever that he's watching at the time. It's that's the vibe that Sodom gives, and he also feels like it kind of. This is gonna sound. I'm really being shitty because I don't know a lot about Sodom, but he feels like the guy. He lives in a truck, right? I think.
Yeah, or he travels, I guess.
He's got his truck. I imagine that truck is filthy. I imagine that I think he might. I'm just gonna say restraining order. I don't want to go into it. I feel like I'm being way too mean.
Not even acquaintance.
Nah, I feel like that one's scary, man.
You don't want to see what's under the mask.
Yeah, potentially that's a very scary man to be like cornered by.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I can see it.
Sakura-chan, you're so kawaii.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Yang. I mean, I feel like Yang lives in the shadow of Yun.
Yeah.
And like anything, just copy and paste the whole Yun portion for Yang.
Yeah.
He's just not as cool.
He's just not as cool. I think he's got like the pretty boy thing going for him a little bit more than Yang does, but he somehow doesn't have the coolness that his brother has.
Do you think it's the haircut?
I think the haircut makes him like gives him Iori vibes.
Yeah.
So I think the haircut, depending on who's looking for that kind of boyfriend, it might be kind of cool. But again, I think you're right. He's just living in his brother's shadow. I think he would get less dates.
Okay.
Yeah, or at least have less admirers. I mean, that's my opinion. If there are females that watch this weigh in, you know, because these are probably the pretty young boys of Street Fighter.
They're like all here.
Yeah.
3 of them. Dude. the guy.
The legend.
That came back from the grave. Is he looking for love?
That was the first thing on his mind. Is like, well, now that I've managed to have my soul come back into my body, you know what I really want? A date. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Goken doesn't know what love is.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a monk, I think just having a clear mind and living your life pure, like, it doesn't involve always like having a relationship.
Yeah, he turns that old guy perverted thing trope on its head.
Yeah, yeah. He's pure of heart. So maybe just friends.
I would even say maybe in the acquaintance ball. Like, I think he's a good friend, but like, if we're looking strictly at a romantic sense, I would put him in acquaintance.
Okay. Like, I guess I can see him having female colleagues.
Okay.
That would be like, I don't know, quote unquote close, like close friends. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of a doubt. I'm gonna kind of give him a little more credit than just acquaintance.
All right, that's fine. I guess I'm just kind of desperate to put someone in there.
Okay.
I thought
it's looking a little empty right now.
Yeah, I thought he fit the bill the most, but I don't disagree with what you said.
Well, we'll come back at the end.
All right.
I'm just gonna keep him there for now. Manat, okay.
Jeez, I don't even know how she reacts with boys because I only know how fans react to Manat.
She's got a big crowd following her.
Yeah, if this was a waifu tier list, she'd probably be all the way at the top.
Yeah, but it's not. Like, there's a clear distinction between what we're talking about versus just waifus and husbandos.
She's very airheady.
Yeah.
And she's not flirty at all. Like, she kind of comes off like this nebulous, spiritual, beautifully anime mummy character. She's more of a concept than like a full-fledged woman character in the game to me. She is a woman. It's just that she's kind of different. I
feel like if she was looking for a boyfriend, they would just, you know, she's like in that demographic. You know, she's a younger character. And so, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if she would put training before, though. Like, I don't know if she would turn down guys because her training.
She looks like the kind of person that shirks responsibility to go have fun sometimes. I just don't know if fun means dating. What do you think?
I think Street Fighter hasn't shown us that side of her, but I could see it. Yeah. So, maybe...
This one's hard.
Yeah, I'm feeling like the younger cute girls will probably be girlfriend material.
All right.
So I feel comfortable, I guess, putting her there.
Okay. I would have maybe done just friends, but I don't disagree with you either. If I'm like on the fence about it, I'm just gonna lean where you go, unless I feel strongly the other way.
Okay.
Yeah. Akuma. Wow. You know, this is rough because Elena is like the only argument we can make to like being like.
Does one relationship put him in just friends when he should be in restraining order?
But I mean, look how cute it is.
I love it.
Post some Elena Akuma fan art here.
Have you seen the official?
Yes, it's so sweet.
Oh, it's awesome.
He even did it in her trailer where she's fighting Akuma. Yes. I love it. I love it so much. I love that it's gone to that point.
Yeah, I think that's the fans having a... Well, like, it was in her Street Fighter 4 ending, but I think the fans loved that so much. If the fans didn't love that little tiny detail as much as they did, I don't think we would see that. But,
I think because of that sweet interaction, I would put him in acquaintance.
Okay, yeah, well, let's meet in the middle, yeah.
Yeah. And if Elena had not reached this monster, he would definitely be the most serial killer murdery man here. And you know, even in Street Fighter 6, he seems to be softening a bit. In a way that doesn't make him seem weak or anything. It's just that he seems to find more enjoyment in fighting than...
Like, he's not going around destroying things. It's all about being the best.
Yeah.
And so he's not like a bad guy per se. He's not trying to take over the world.
No, like he won't dab you up or anything, but like he might not murder you now.
The fact that he even gives Elena the time of day, there's something going on in there.
Yeah.
So let's just keep him here for now.
Yeah.
Ooh, birdie.
Okay, I know a lot of people think Birdie's gross.
He is.
But he's but he's also like been around a lot of female characters to get jobbed on mainly.
Yeah.
And it's always comedic, but I feel like he's got charisma where like Abigail and Fang don't.
Okay.
So I'm not saying he's gonna go into boyfriend material, but I think he could go into the just friends thing. Like you would never date Birdie, but you'd hang around with him. You have him be your bodyguard. You'd hang out with him.
That sounds like an acquaintance to me. Because I'm not trying to like go out to lunch with the guy either. Like he's there, he does his thing.
Oh, come on, Jason. Don't you want me to be in a higher tier slightly? I know you love my character.
And then we go home. We don't need to have small talk.
All right, we can put him in acquaintance.
Birdie and Akuma just...
Hi there, Kuma. How you doing?
I don't see them really having a lot of friends.
I mean, he's friends with Karin.
I don't know if that's friendship.
I think it is friendship. I think it's like I'm your boss, but I'm also not going to be mean to you. It's almost like it's gonna be fucked up a little bit, but it's kind of like a pet thing. She feeds him. He does what he's got to do.
That does not sound like friendship.
I mean, it's a rich person's kind of friendship, like Mr. Beast. I know we brought him up a little bit today when we were eating, but you know, he's got his people that he has around. I don't think he sees them as people. They're just people he pays.
Like off screen, there's a row and there's a Mr. Beast that we rank.
I would love that.
A Rashido, okay.
Put a ring on that, man.
You think so?
Dude was so dedicated to find his friend.
His one friend, yeah.
Yeah, in Street Fighter 5. I think anyone would be lucky to date the guy, and I think that's the kind of dedication you want to marry. I'm not even just saying that as like, I love Rashido, but I mean, I also love Zangief, and he's in Just Friends.
Yeah, I think if you are in a relationship with Rashid, that would quickly turn into let's spend the rest of our lives together.
Yeah. That was quick. Good for you, Rashid. Bison. Okay, positives. I can't think of any.
I'm waiting.
If you hang around him, you could potentially be stronger.
Bro, let me just stop you right there. Okay. This man is here to use you. This man has genetically created women. This is not okay. The man's entire outfit is a red flag, literally. This is not okay. He needs to be in restraining order.
Oh, probably. Can you put him towards the top? I think he actually beats Abigail on people you need to stay away from.
Okay.
Okay. Adon. A good thing. He's driven.
Wow.
That's it.
That's beautiful.
I can't.
I don't see him having friends.
Yeah, but you know what? All right, I have a question for you. I hate to say this, but can you imagine him just casually hitting a woman? Yeah, so I think maybe restraining order.
Okay, I was actually gonna say acquaintance, but I don't know why I even gave him the chance. Yeah, he's not a good guy.
He looks like he would be like, give me another drink, and then like throw the glass bottle at someone, you know what I mean?
And I didn't specify this. I didn't in our last tier list video. This isn't like completely like person to person ranking. It's just like they're in that category. Not necessarily that one is above the other, because that would just take too much time.
Of course.
We're just putting them in the category.
Yeah. I just felt the need to put Bison at the front of it.
Okay, yeah, fair. But I want to hear your thoughts on DJ.
Dude, I don't have any reason to say put a ring on it, because I haven't seen him like really go out there for it, but I would date the shit out of DJ. The guy's got talent. He dances around. He's all positive. He's got the same thing that like Manat would have going on. Or I think. Listen, I know we're not doing it, but I would probably put DJ at the front of boyfriend girlfriend.
Really?
Personally, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. He just seems like such a fun person to be around.
Yeah, you know, I'd want to date him too, but I'm trying to compare like his profession to other real life people in that profession, and I don't know if those always necessarily go well. So I think he would stay in that boyfriend category, but I would argue he'd be in the back.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's kind of hard to maintain a healthy relationship with that kind of profession.
But he can do it, bro. I think he
can do it, but is it true love?
Okay, sure. Okay, at least he's in the tier I wanted, but I'm happy with that.
Okay, Makoto. She doesn't, I feel like she's depicted as just like another girl that's like high school, coming of age, girlfriend, boyfriend. But it's not really shown in like games. But she's written kind of like that. Like she's the tsundere.
Yeah, she's the buttercup to Elena and Ibuki's little dynamic there. She doesn't get the boy thing. I can see someone really being into Makoto. I don't see Makoto genuinely getting it.
Yeah. She would.
She's the oblivious protagonist.
She would show that love maybe in a more mean tone.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah,
but I could still see her being in a relationship. So, well, yeah. So is it girlfriend material?
I think so.
Or just friends? Okay.
Yeah.
This is interesting because
I think she is girlfriend material. I just think she's a really bad girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see her being like a mom of like a.
No.
Just kind of just too spoiled.
Yeah. I don't think. She would need to find someone who she deems worthy of herself.
And that's no one.
That's no one. She's got such a huge ego. I don't think it's impossible to date Karin. I just think that you would have to be jumping through hoops.
But, well, would it just be friends then? Like, do you think she would even give someone the time of day to date her?
I think she would put them through the trials. I don't know if anyone could make that trial. So yeah, just friends might be a better thing.
That's what's speaking to me.
But can you fix her? Leave a comment below.
Zekker's interesting because he lives a double life.
Yeah.
I don't like people keeping secrets in a relationship. Yeah. So I don't think that's very healthy.
He's a catfisher for sure. He always posts the young version of himself online.
Yeah. And then he shows up to the date.
But you know what? He's got like what's the equivalent of a male cougar? What do you call that?
A male cougar?
All right.
Because isn't silver fox for a woman?
No, silver fox is for guys. I think. Yeah.
So then what's for a woman?
I think a cougar.
Really?
Yeah.
Or is it reversed?
I don't know, man. I don't really know the labels of this, but we're gonna go with silver fox for Zeku for now. I think he's got that going for him because, like, out of all the old guys, he might be the most handsome one.
He's handsome,
and I think he's shown interest to females in his win quotes. Really? I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I could see it. It's kind of a stereotypical old guy thing, right?
Yeah. So I don't think I think he'd be a crappy boyfriend, but I think he fits in boyfriend material.
Really?
I really do. Yeah. But if you think the dishonesty of like catfishing people puts him a tier below, I wouldn't be mad at you for it. I don't think he gets a restraining order, but he'll put him in the just friends.
I think just friends. I was actually thinking acquaintance, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I think he has friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's really looking for a relationship though.
Yeah.
And he's a catfish. Well, okay, we got another catfish, I think.
I don't know what to say about
Everyone
Q.
just runs away.
Yeah.
With Q.
He just starts saying something in like a computer Latin to you. I mean, I will say this, I don't feel like I'm in any danger sexually around Q.
Yeah.
But I also feel like in the same way you wouldn't date like a tank.
I also don't see us like, if we made plans to hang out, I'm just uncomfortable the whole time. So we're not even friends.
What if randomly you show up to the day, Q's waiting in the corner underneath the light, it's dark, and he looks at you, and you're like afraid, and then he just slowly puts his hands up and does the little heart. What if would you feel safer if he did that?
If Capcom put in that small little animation somewhere, he would go up some tiers, yes.
Okay.
But he doesn't have that.
That's amazing that Akuma got into acquaintance with one interaction.
Yes.
Because Q didn't get one, yeah.
He gets nothing. I think everyone is trying to actively get a restraining order from the guy.
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, Ed, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, we're moving on.
I think Ed's a very handsome guy, and I'm sure that Falk might have some feelings there. That could be a potential thing there.
I honestly don't even know if they might even be siblings, to be honest. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I should look into that. But if they show any kind of closeness, that would make sense, whether it's romantic or if they really are siblings. I just don't remember.
How would you feel if it was the gorilla instead on his team?
Wow. We are tying this into recent news in pop culture.
No, I'm not talking about that.
You're not talking about the Mr.
I think
Beast
he's got
gorilla?
a gorilla in his Neo Shadowloo team. I think.
What was your question?
What if he was romantically involved with the gorilla?
Bro, what is wrong with you? What are you talking about?
I mean, we don't know how his.
That's more messed up than the sibling thing, possibly.
He's like a tube baby. He was raised in bison's lairs. Like, we don't know what this guy's into. He looks like a drywall
I don't
puncher.
support this.
Okay, fine.
I feel like he's an acquaintance.
He's an acquaintance.
I don't even see it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think Falk is the only person that might consider him a friend. But he seems really hard to approach.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's looking for friends.
Yeah, and like I said, he does come off like a drywall puncher. Like, I wouldn't like to have that kind of guy around me.
Like, when Balrog is kind of your dad, I don't think you're actively looking for friends.
Yeah.
I think you kind of had a hard life.
Yeah. How old is he technically? He's like 4?
He's really tiny. He's small in age, I mean, but large in size.
I was like, are we talking about something else here?
No, well, I don't know.
Yeah, he's like 8 years old or something.
Yeah, I think
he's technically younger than Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, huh? Think about that.
I don't want to think about it. I've still have gorilla on the brain. I can't.
Well, I think we can both agree that Seth belongs to the.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sculpture of perfection.
If Elon Musk was a character in a video game, he would be Seth. Real talk though, yeah, restraining order, man. This dude's crazy.
I don't think you can be in a relationship with this.
Yeah,
this is not possible.
Even if like he turns into his waifu version, there's just so much.
There's nothing.
Scary murder energy.
It's your nightmare fuel.
He's the off color of what Bison does, you know, like very similar vibes.
Yeah. Now I'm really curious because like Lalo would die for this character, but she would not pay my man the same respect. So
Absolutely not.
Like when talking about this particular tier list, I don't know if you can say anything good about her.
No, dude.
She's on the top of a lot of other tier lists.
Yeah.
But this one's against her.
It really is. Now, I've always wanted Jury to have some sort of story where someone tries to fix her.
Okay.
I've always wanted that in a game.
That could be cool.
I think that would be really awesome. I have someone in mind, but I'm not going to share that. You know who it is, I think.
Is it Birdie?
Huh?
Is it Birdie?
No, it's not Birdie. Dan. But I think because I feel like he's goofy enough to maybe turn someone like that less violent, or maybe even another Cammy situation,
Sure.
like thing like that. Maybe even see Viper. Who knows? They could be a power couple, or it could be a dude. But I'd like to see that. But no, Jury is kind of like the epitome of like will stab you.
Yeah, it's so funny when people love a character so much, even though it's like I could not even be friends with this person.
Yeah.
Let alone romantic interest.
I mean, attraction should be at the top for me, but
yeah, it's all attraction, no actual substance.
yeah, dating. I mean, if there was a try to fix her tier list, I would put her at the top as well. But I'm afraid in this one, it's just working against her.
Now, I think Manon has a similar argument that I would make with like DJ.
DJ?
Yeah.
I would put him right next to DJ. I think everything you could say about Manon, you could say about DJ. I think she's a very kind person. I don't think she's snobby like Karine is, in the sense that she would make it impossible for you to date her.
Okay.
Putting you through trials.
Interesting.
I think if you were fighting her and it was a good enough fight, she would have a coffee with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can totally pick up on that.
But I think dating her would be difficult because of how much she does. She's a model, a street fighter, an actor.
Well, like a ballerina dancer. Well, so yeah, I think it'd be like well, who's she dating now kind of thing. That I'm just trying to draw those real life comparisons. But so she would be in a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a little too late for Kevin to be on the dating game.
You should make a new tier, the dead tier.
Well, the current heads at Street Fighter said he's actually not dead.
Oh, of course they did. No one actually, dude. Bison being alive is the weirdest thing ever. It felt so final this time.
Yeah, I think that. Well, that's the thing is like there's science at play with that to make that happen. For Gouken, it was like the power of nothingness. You know, the thing Ryu has now. And for Gen, we don't have an explanation.
Yeah.
It was literally through Twitter. The creators were like, nah, he's alive. Yeah, I don't...
How would you feel about a phantom Street Fighter character?
Like a ghost?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd be dope.
Right, wouldn't it? I think if you did that with Gen, that'd be cool. But dating,
He's a really good teacher
acquaintance.
for like Chun-Li, you know,
Yeah.
so...
And even like the Sakura, even though it's not canon, I think the Sakura Gambro, the way they
handled that
yeah, it was very
interaction.
Sweet. Yeah. You put that in the video, if possible, of him doing that sweet smile after he fought Sakura.
I'll look for it.
Yeah.
If I can find it, I'll put it in. Julie is interesting because she kind of changes, like from just being a generic villain-esque woman to a
wife.
Yeah.
She actually is married.
She has a glow up. This tier list actually kind of benefits a character like this.
It's weird. I don't know. Okay. It's so weird because she technically should probably go and put a ring on it because she actually is a wife and her child is somewhere over here.
And Lily turned out
pretty
a good kid.
Yeah, but
I just don't.
So little.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her.
Where I would like to put her is acquaintance because there's nothing there, but because of what we know, she should probably go higher.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think just the fact that like she has this beautiful family and that's all we have. I can only imagine in my mind my own headcanon of what kind of person she is actually, not being a doll. And it's something worthwhile, so put a ring on it.
Well, I guess put a ring on it. This is the only tier list ever where this character will be this high.
Top tier?
Yeah. Only tier list ever.
Hold up. There we go.
There we go.
Boom. We're starting to fill these bad boys.
Yeah.
It's a lot of... When you have 87 things to choose from, the tier list gets kind of crazy.
Yeah, it does. Relent.
My cousin always calls him Rolentoast for some reason.
Rolentos or toast?
Toast, like the breakfast item.
I'd imagine a spatula in his hand. I think if this were not for Street Fighter X Tekken, I would say probably restraining order, but I think because of like how goofy he is, I think he could be your friend.
I don't know if Ibuki would call him a friend.
I think he would call Ibuki a friend.
Yeah. I kind of want to maybe put it in the middle with acquaintance.
Okay, sure.
I think Ibuki would literally be like, he's not my friend. We're just working together.
And then he would play it off like, no. She's invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the friend that you have, not the friend that you want.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He kind of like self-invites himself to things.
Yeah. Can you imagine him in like a Hawaiian t-shirt?
I can actually. Necro.
I mean,
he's got that whole thing with the.
Is that like
the
a
girl.
protector thing, or is that like a date thing?
I actually think it's a romantic thing. I think.
Is she not a baby though?
Well, she's tiny. I don't know what her age is. It might be a protector thing. I don't know. I don't care about the character enough
to look it up either.
To like know the lore.
Listen down in the comments if you guys are Necro fans and you think he should go higher. You can leave that argument down there. But Necro, I would put an acquaintance. What do you think, Jason?
Listen. This is the main character of a movie, of a misunderstood character, where you get to know him, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
So I think he's just a friend.
Wow. You know what? I like that. I like that thinking. Good for you, Necro.
He could even maybe be a boyfriend, but we're working on just becoming friends first.
Yeah.
So
good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I back that corner.
Oro. these are my favorite. Oro. I mean, I don't think he's like a creep.
I could see him looking for a relationship, even though he shouldn't be.
Yeah. Oh gosh. The only person that would not make me irk if he tried to flirt with is maybe Rose. Even though that feels inappropriate, it's like the least appropriate.
It's inappropriate, Lalo.
Yeah, but it's like the least appropriate. Or the I don't think he deserves to be in restraining order.
No,
but
I could see him being a friend.
Can you?
Yeah,
he's like a crazy hermit man.
Yeah,
like I know he's really chill with Ryu, but even their relationship is like
lift the heavy rock, Ryu, and maybe
he's more like a Yoda. Would you date Yoda?
No, I wouldn't. I would be Yoda's friend.
Hey, damn. All right, I can't argue that. Good for you, Oro. I was trying to put you lower, buddy.
Okay, look.
Put a ring on this.
This is
beautiful
another
man.
top tier character we
Absolutely.
have. This man is all about that family.
Dude, this is the only tier list where Hakan is going all the way to the top, baby.
I regretted not doing this in the last tier list video, but just for a reminder, I have to put in a picture of what his wife looks like. She's a catch. If you're into this whole whatever Hakan is thing, he's a catch. And let's just have family. I mean, that's the dream.
He's got a bunch of little Lego-headed dumpling babies.
Yep.
They all got the... I think it's a Turkish thing, actually, to have that hairstyle. Don't quote me. Don't look it up. Just believe me. But, you know, Hakan, he's got the oil. He's got the muscles. What's not to like?
You know, I think his kids look like a Pokemon evolution of a Toad from Mario. Next time you look at it, you'll see it. You'll see it.
And honestly, it's probably one of the cooler, wacky things about Hakan that I like.
In Street Fighter in general.
Yeah.
It's just so wacky, but...
These crazy guys have these awesome wives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Who's more top tier? Is it Dalzim or Hakan? Who's the better... Who do you think is like the better father? Husband?
I mean, this guy has to parent like 10 kids.
And he looks like he does it with gusto.
I think he does it well, if I had to put the pieces together in my mind.
Yeah, you know what? I think Hakan wins here.
I think he is leading the charge right now.
My gosh, is that the only time ever he'll ever lead the charge?
I have to preface by saying I feel like I manifested this character coming back in the last tier list video. I don't know, you know, it's just interesting because when I was a kid, this is just kind of like a side story. My dad bought us as kids Capcom Fighting Evolution, the like Capcom fighting game that hardcore fighting game fans hate. Like no one likes the game because it's like really cheap.
Yeah.
Just a lot of reused assets, not good gameplay. But then they added this character in it because she was supposed to be in this other Capcom fighting game, which fell through. And then they eventually just put her in Alpha 3 because everyone is in Alpha 3 at the time. But like she's in Project Cross Zone, like the sequel to Namco Cross Capcom. I think it's really interesting that they included her in that game because I think Capcom kind of has still, maybe to this day, like a oh, we want to do something with this character. And I want them to do that too. So if this quote unquote leak is, you know, true, quote unquote, then I'm happy.
Yeah, you take full credit. It was because of you.
I spoke with Capcom. My dad works for Capcom.
Yeah.
So
it's so weird you don't have more views. Yeah.
They're coming. all the Ingrid fans.
All the Ingrid fans.
They're coming.
Rejoicing around you. You did it!
I'm personally going to say put a ring on it because...
What the hell, Jason?
I really want to marry a celestial being.
Okay, you're a madman?
Dude,
I think
if you had a chance to marry an alien, would you not?
It's not about that, man.
What do you mean it's not about? That's all this
She's
is about.
got the same thing that Manat's got. She's just this very concept nebulous character that, like, I don't know if you can date even. Like, I don't know.
We are traveling the universe together. That is love.
Okay. Dude, I will meet you in the middle, man. I don't think I can put a ring on a person that I know nothing about. All I know is that she's God.
Yes.
So
put a ring on that. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, Jason. What's her name again? What's her name again?
Who were we talking about? Ingrid still?
Ingrid, yeah. Oh my Ingrid is what I meant to say.
Lalo, please give this to me.
Oh my God, Jason, fine.
I'm telling you personally. Pretend I don't have a wife and 2 kids.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Don't take this out of context. If an alien comes to me and is a cute anime girl,
is a cute xenomorph girl, okay,
and she's like, "Let us do life in the stars. Come with me, and leave this planet," I would do it.
All right. You saw this, guys, right? I just got KO'd. This is a 2-rounder, but I'm just gonna submit to this one. Jason always wins at Street Fighter. We're gonna let it be up there. I protested though. I want it to be on record. I don't understand why you're up there next to Hakan. You haven't done what he's done. I forget her name.
Dude, I have a strong case for Kira.
There we go. Thank you.
I have a strong case for her. You ever see those old couples riding motorcycles together?
Yeah.
I want that.
Okay.
And I think Akira is going to give that to you.
Okay. And you know what? She seems very dependable in everything I've seen her in. She always seems like very supportive too. So yeah, sure, man. Boyfriend, girlfriend, let's do it. You want to put a ring on this one too? Or?
That's what I'm saying. Because
Jason,
Lalo.
Jason, this isn't the who I want to marry tier list. Otherwise, Jury would be higher up.
No, she wouldn't. She would kill you.
But if I want to marry her, though, doesn't mean I.
Who's more messed up? Trying to marry an alien or trying to marry someone that's going to murder you?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, one's a celestial being, one's possible.
Look, man, I'm telling you that Akira is gonna be in it for the long ride, literally and romantically.
All right, okay, you know what? I'm too tired, Jason. Put her up there. Again, I would put her personally in boyfriend, girlfriend tier.
Well, like, why though?
Because, like, I mean, because I wouldn't say she's any more, like, romantic than anyone else up there. And I would say she's got the same thing that, like, someone like Jamie, Ibuki, Young Yang have. Like, fun personality, dating potentially could be more.
I think you're looking at it through the lens of what Capcom has given us. I'm asking you to put a little bit of your imagination in there.
Okay, well, I imagine that I can fix Jury. So I think we should move her. Anyway, we'll go to Maki.
Yeah, tell me about Maki. What do you think about her? I think she's kind of mean.
I think she's kind of mean, but I don't think she's like a bad person.
No, that's how she shows love.
Yeah, she's just like your average punk. I think that's her whole character, right? Like she's like or is that just Sakura Ganbaro? I don't know. Oh, was she in Final Fight?
She was just kind of like, oh, help me.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so her character really came from the Alpha games.
Yeah. They kind of took her in that like punkish direction.
Yeah. I think she's more aggressive than like a Makoto.
Yeah, maybe I can see that.
I don't know. Do you think you could date her, or do you think she's like just keep her in the friend tier?
I think she's like the girlfriend where like she wears the pants in the relationship, and like you just can't argue with that.
Like Android 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I could see her. Yeah, Android 18 is a good comparison. I could see her kind of like having a soft spot for you.
Okay. All right. Boyfriend girlfriend material. Falk.
Your girl.
Yeah. My girl. Acquaintance. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about her.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she calls Ed a friend, and I think Ed would call her a friend back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She's just boring.
Yeah. We're just gonna go into the next one. Sorry, Falk. What did I call her in the last video? Fack.
Fack. Yes. Call her Fack.
Poison. I think Poison, this might surprise you, I think is like really high up on the boyfriend girlfriend material. I don't know if she's stable enough to be married to right now, but I think that she's got surprisingly warm heart. I think that's the reason Hugo sticks to Poison. She's like friendly.
I don't know about that.
But, all right, what do you think?
Well, with what you just said, I think Hugo's just dumb. Like I don't think he knows better. I think that's what that is. I think she's manipulative.
Okay.
It's interesting because you look at this character, you look at the book cover, you're like, oh no. Like I need to stay away from that. That is bad news bears. But like I feel like in the games,
she's like Jessie from Team Rocket.
They kind of show her like in a more like, she's actually using her brain, like she's kind of clever and she's not like, I don't think she's going around like sleeping around despite her appearance. I feel like her appearance is just a visual for her profession, which is a show promoter, not what one might think her profession is.
A hooker.
Yes. That is what the word is, yes. So, but I don't think she's really looking for a relationship.
I mean, she hits on guys all the time, though.
Like, but literally hits them.
Oh, dude, you're like on fire today, dude.
Dude, I'm like, my veins are just ghost energy drink right now.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I mean, okay, meet me in the middle. Can we put her in Just Friends?
I think Just Friends is fine.
Okay. Finally, an easy tier. Put a ring on this man. You kidding me? He got the money, he got the religion, he got the ambition. I mean, dude, I heard that he like was Andrew Tate, and then Andrew Tate just got
What are you talking about?
cut that out.
Whoa, you
I think I've just reached levels of stupid that I haven't yet today.
Look, man, I think Gil is the same as Ingrid, just not. He is from this earth. That is the only difference. So I need you to apologize right now about Ingrid. I'm still mad about that.
I feel like you're making my argument for me for why Ingrid should be lower.
No. Gil.
No, dude, I'm joking. Please.
Wait, really?
Dude, are you kidding me? Gil's fucking crazy. He's evil too. Put him down. Restraining order.
What?
He's half a red flag.
Don't you think if Gil found the perfect like specimen, he would be like, "You're my goddess"? Or do you think he would find that goddess just to have the kid and then like just?
But is that romantic at all? No, man. Get this guy down there. No, lower, lower. Yes. Put him right there. Get out. I'm not even gonna.
Can't we just be friends?
No, get him down there. Get out of here. We're not gonna even play this game.
I don't know, man. I think it's black or white. Like either he's
red and blue, actually.
Okay, yes. We have to look at this from red or blue perspective. So like, I think yes, he's a bad dude.
Yeah, really bad dude.
But I think if he like fell in love, it would be authentic.
I don't think he's the kind of guy that falls in love. I think he's the kind of guy that gets worshipped. Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be reciprocated, which is a.
You don't think he wants an heir to the throne?
Nah, I mean, I think he would do it, but I don't think there'd be love involved. He might even just touch you and then you're just pregnant. That's the kind of vibe this guy gives off. You will be the heir to my baby boy. Nah, dude, get out of here. Nuh-uh.
All right.
Put a ring on Elena's finger hardcore. 10 times.
Yeah, like, let's...
Green flag up the ass, dude.
Oh, Elena, work with me here. There we go.
Yeah, she's so positive. She's so sweet. She's so nice. She's the ideal girlfriend. She's so caring. If she can make someone like Akuma hate the world less, that's an angel right there.
Yeah, I think if I related this to myself, if Elena gave me the time of day, I would shoot her down because I'd be like, I'm not worthy of someone as pure as you. I am tainted.
I would climb that tree. I'd be like, yes, Elena, take me. And then she would cradle me and then jump off into the distance. That's when my story ends.
Yeah, she's literally the most purest Street Fighter character.
Yeah.
So I love her, man.
Love her too.
I'm so happy she's coming back.
What did you think of the redesign?
I don't think it... Okay, this goes past Elena, what I'm about to say. I think Street Fighter 6 is the game of weird haircut.
Yeah.
Especially on the female characters. Look at Marissa's head. and like Elena having longer hair, it's cool because it's different. I just don't think it looks great on the model. I think it looks great in artwork.
I agreed with everything you just said.
So I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping that we'll get something kind of like Lily got, where she gets like some sort of off costume that looks really cool.
Yeah, the Aki got the same thing. People love Aki's alternate costume way more than her like original costume.
Remind me, which one are you talking about?
She has like circle glasses, and like her hair is kind of like in a ponytail backwards instead of like a weird mushroom cloud.
Oh, I've seen that. It does look cool.
And then she has like I don't know, like a more revealing chest. It's just it says like assassin to me more.
Put that design on the screen.
Boom.
Boom.
Everyone loves this. I think I like Elena's original costume better.
Yeah, honestly, thank God for the original costume thing in Street Fighter, because
just being there like as an alternate.
Because even if like someone like Akuma is like kind of hard to look at as an old man, I like his redesign, but not everyone does. I love that you can always just go back to the original, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of hoping she gets like a really cool costume. Like I love Lily's little mariachi costume.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping Elena gets like a new like alternative haircut to like what it could have potentially been, and then we'll pick that.
Yeah. Just the fact that we can like talk about Elena for a while. She's put a ring on it material.
Yeah, man. Oh, did you see they're bringing back the heel special? That's coming back, man.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna make people angry? And they're gonna balance that?
I think they're gonna balance it.
Okay.
Well, I think.
What if you can steal it?
Steal it.
Like steal the healing apple thingy that falls from the sky?
I don't think that's how it works.
I think that's how that works. You don't know Street Fighter. Let's talk about Sagat.
I think he has the potential to be a good lover.
Yeah, man. I think he's become softer.
Yeah.
I think, since 4, he's been a much softer character. So, I think he's got ambition, and I think he'll put fighting first, but I think if the right person comes into his life, he could settle down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Boyfriend?
I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
Like, I think he could be a good papa and husband.
I think so too, but just because there's no evidence to that, I would say he's like a bachelor. Like I would put boyfriend personally.
Okay. Put him there for now.
Okay.
I just ask that you put your imagination a little bit. Use the head cannon.
Okay.
Can't you see Sagat with a loving family?
For sure.
Just because Street Fighter hasn't given it to you, can't you see it?
Yeah, but I mean, okay, you know how like certain characters up there don't have any affiliation with like romantically with someone, but the ooze, like I would definitely marry this person energy.
Yeah.
Like Dudley and Elena are up there for that reason. I don't see the same thing for Sagat, but I also feel like there's potential there. So even though I'm using my imagination, I can totally see that Endgame Sagat has like a family.
Yeah.
That he like now has in. Who knows? When he comes back, that might be the thing too.
Yeah, it could be.
It's very possible. And I'll eat my words, but I don't know. I mean, I can't see him like being just put a ring on it personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk after, you know.
Okay, sure, man.
After this.
Sure, man.
I'll have some choice words with you.
Okay. He's gonna beat me up, guys. He's gonna tiger me when we're off screen, and I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I think you should put a ring on it. That's right, Lalo. Just bending my arm backwards.
You might want to fight me about Rufus, because
no, dude, I think Rufus. Dude, you're gonna hate this, but I think he actually is put a ring on it material.
I think he is too. Well, yeah.
Him and Candy are happy together.
Listen, that's what I'm getting at. My mind immediately went more positive for the character, but it's just because he has like, I don't know, he's somehow confused this one woman. Kind of like Fong and Aki kind of thing, like, but I don't know, maybe he really,
I think he's just really confident, and I think he's fun to date. I don't know how good of a boyfriend he is. I mean, I think he'll feed you. I think he'll ride around. He's your ride or die. But I mean, you have a nice home. Will he like be a great dad? I have no idea or clue. But
I think he's boyfriend material.
Sure, man. Yeah, I'll give you that. I think him. I think if you get to date Rufus, if you get there, I think he will be one of the funnest guys you'll ever date. If you can figure that out logistically in bed, that good for you, man.
I could also see like him being really irresponsible with his money, and Candy getting really like fed up with it and leaving him.
Dude, I feel like he spends all his money on Candy.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. And we're not talking about edibles, we're talking about the woman.
I meant both, but yeah. I'm just joking. I think his money goes towards his bike, his food, and his woman.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? I can't tell.
Next, we've got
Violent Ken?
Yeah.
I mean, he's what do you think, Jason? Because I think he goes in restraining order, but maybe I'm wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
That one's pretty cut and dry.
All right, cool. I was like, I really want to hear the argument for this. Well, Violent Ken's only violent because people keep stepping up to his wife, bro.
People don't understand him.
T-Hawk is probably put a ring on it because he's like a canonly family man.
He hunted down his wife.
Yeah, he did. In a forest, and that's how they got married. She was running away. She was part of a caravan, and then he like hunt her in a forest, and then he's like, "You're my wife now."
He's like the Mexican version of like a Taken movie.
Yeah.
He is a Liam Neeson.
He is a, oh wow, I like that. He is a Liam Neeson.
So I'm gonna, yeah, I agree with you. If I can get him
up there,
up here appropriately. There we go.
Good for you, T-Hawk.
Love this man.
Yeah, he's great.
Blanca-chan.
Just friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that this is the face of that tier.
He's like, yeah, I want to be his friend.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever really thinking about romance. I think he's thinking about Blanca-chan and the forest and his friends.
Bananas.
Yeah. He's like a permanently stunted man. Let him be the little
There's
monkey.
nothing wrong with them.
Nothing wrong with that. Excellent friend.
Yeah.
Just ask Dan.
I'm not like trying to hook him up with my lady friend.
Yeah, I wouldn't be my first choice. If you had to pick one person in Just Friends to actually recommend to your lady friend out of these options, who would be the first person that comes to mind? Out of the guys, it'd probably be Necro.
I was kind of looking at Guy.
Yeah, actually.
Maybe Geef.
Maybe Geef. Well, how about the females? Like, let's say you're trying to get your girl a date, try to help her settle down. Who you picking out of these?
Oh, you mean like if I had a guy friend?
No, like let's say she's one of your friends who's a female, and you're trying to pair her up with one of your buddies.
Yeah.
Like, which one of these females do you think like has the highest potential at a success rate?
So the female Street Fighter character is my friend?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to send them to my real life friend.
Yeah, like who out of these female Street Fighters in the Just Friends tier do you think has the highest success rate of actually?
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand the question now.
Yeah.
almost want to say Junie because
Junie.
I have confidence that she's like a good person,
I agree with that.
even though she doesn't have a lot to go off of.
Yeah.
The little we have is evident that she's a decent gal.
Yeah. Alex, is he a decent gal?
He is a beautiful man.
Yep.
Put respect on his name.
Sorry. Dude, the thing is, if you told me he had a family, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
But really nothing evident to that. I mean, is he, because I know he's a wrestler, is that like his life? Is he kind of like Beef but like just less loud about it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think because I know you said use your imagination, but since I got nothing to go off of, I would say just friends, but I'd default to what you want.
I'm gonna lean more towards boyfriend.
Okay.
I think
I like his voice actor in 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another dub for Alex. Everything about him is great.
Yeah.
People just need to.
Jason is currently wearing an Alex t-shirt.
I am actually.
Yeah.
I just love the guy.
He's cool.
I want to see him have that family.
Me too.
I want to see him in a long 50-year anniversary celebration with his wife. I got to see the man have some game first though.
Yeah.
So he's boyfriend material.
She's
Marissa
actively looking
Yes.
for someone to marry.
I was just gonna say that. And if she gets there,
She'd be a great wife.
yeah.
I'd put a ring on that. I'd date Marissa. I'm saying that now.
And you could see it going pretty well.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I don't think she'd pick me because I'm just not that strong man. But I think
you're a strong guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. If you saw me for my personality, maybe we'd have a shot. Nah, dude, you're lucky. You get a piece of that cake.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah. Beefcake.
The beefcake.
Yeah.
Look at you with the zingers.
I had to come up with that pretty quick. It's like, all right, that sounded a little weird. Laura.
Well, let me see. How many we got left? Okay.
We're doing pretty good now.
Oh, I think we've done like
About half.
We've got like the next half. Do you want to call it for a first vid? Or you just really want to do Laura?
I want to do all of them.
Last one for now. We're gonna digest the rest of these picks in the next vid. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Really excited. I think this is, just it's fun because not only do I get to have an active imagination about the love life of these characters, I just get to like talk about them.
I like that you can give props to characters that usually wouldn't get like these props.
Yes.
Like look at this top tier, man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, like right now you got like someone like T-Hawk up there. You got someone like I forget her name, the doll.
Julie. Top tier Julie.
Top tier Julie. Hakan is like, yes, I belong up here.
Finally, my time has come.
It's come. So that's awesome. I love that we can do that.
I also love that like typically a top tier like Akuma is lower.
Well, I mean, you can't be great at everything. You
can't.
You can't be S tiered at all.
No, I actually said that he could be in the last tier list video, but now I'm eating my own words because bam, love is a serious game.
It's a whole different ball field, man.
So if you want to see how that game plays out, stay tuned for the next vid.
Woo!
Hadouken!